Hi, folks.
It's alive. Sorry.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
No.
Did you take your meds?
I took my nap before this. Woke myself up 5 minutes before my alarm went off with the idea that the world was coming to an end from some weird ass dream that I had. So I woke up with a jolt and then went, oh, I got 5 more minutes. Why did that happen?
Well, you were lucky. I didn't get my nap today because of a puppy. So
you see, folks, I'm only 55. I'm only 55, and I like my occasional nap. So don't feel bad if you want your occasional nap. Michael Anderson, welcome.
Welcome.
Mr. Anderson. Welcome to the Matrix, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Sorry, I'm a little punchy, Glenn. Just a wee bit.
And that's different. How?
I don't know, but my nose is
I'm a lot punchy all the time.
But just so you know, folks, Glenn has a new family member with him. His doggy.
Doggy Bebby.
Doggy Bebby.
Little girl. There she is.
It's a poodle.
It's a little poodle. It's going to be a big poodle when she gets grown. She's about 9 weeks old here.
Oh, wow.
All right. Stop with the fingers. Stop.
I like your fingers. Feed me fingers, God damn it.
I'll give you a treat if you leave my fingers alone. There you go.
I'll give you a treat. Get away, doggy. Get away.
Yeah.
So if you hear a hound, I guess technically they're not hounds. I have a hound that's making noise on the other side of the house.
Okay.
On the side of the house. Dachshunds are hounds. But
are they?
Yep. So we've had an interesting week, interesting last 24 hours or so in the OSR.
Yeah.
You know, so we will talk about that. But
always something. There's never a dull moment in this hobby, I swear.
No. Well, and the incident that I'm going to be talking about, which I already did a video on today, has taken a little weird turn. So we'll address that. So it's like well, yes, it is what it seems like it is, but it's also more than it seems like it is, and it's the more than which makes me a wee bit nervous in the service. But before we delve into that, gaming updates, I've done no effing gaming whatsoever. I've been game free. Maybe I'll do something tomorrow along the lines of like something solo-ish, maybe just to wet my teeth again. But
I've done a little bit of gaming.
All right, well, a little bit of gaming is a lot better than not a bit of gaming.
I got involved in a Reader's Theater production, and that's been taking up my time. But I managed to do the Monday game, and I managed to be here because we're off tonight. So,
well, that's awesome. Now,
the show's going up this weekend. It's like 2 performances done. You know.
Oh, nice. So, folks,
then I jump into another show.
Oh, dude, you are the showman.
You know, the people. Hey, they got a hold of me for these 2 shows. Man, when it rains, it pours. Let me tell you.
All right.
So this may be my last show here for a little while. I'll see how my schedule shakes out with the other show.
That's exciting now. That's
yeah.
Fun.
You'll never guess the show I'm after this Reader's Theater. You'll never guess what I'm going into. Sense and Sensibility. Can you imagine me doing Jane Austen?
I'm about to say, do you have Sense and Sensibility? Is that
never?
You have to borrow for the show, maybe. I could have some sensibility,
but you know, me and Jane Austen, I didn't think it was like I thought it'd be like oil and water,
and instead,
I'm doing it.
He's doing it. So
the only reason I'm doing the Reader's Theater is they're actually paying me this time. Wow!
Holy shit! That's a good option. I like that. I mean,
I always like it when I get paid. No matter what I'm doing.
right. So, folks, next week there may or may not be a live stream on Friday or Saturday. We'll see. The reason why I say that, I'll be at TotalCon with Reach.
I had a feeling you'd be at a con.
We will be at a con, so I cannot guarantee that there will be a live stream. I got to see what's going on. I'll probably have a better idea when I get there on Thursday, whether we'll be doing a live stream on Friday. So
I just saw that Dan Proctor had to drop out of GaryCon.
All right. Now
I'm tempted to message him saying, "Well, there's more for North Texas. I'll see you there."
I am going to now. Has he made any re-announcements on whether or not second print is happening?
He's made a lot of progress in that department. He says he is moving it away from the OGL.
Okay.
But he already told me that. Already said that already. So,
because I had paid attention, and I am horrible with this, but I hate to, and I'm gonna say something mean, but the relevancy of Labyrinth Lord is probably why I haven't been paying that much attention to it. The last I heard during the OGL blow up, that he was like throwing in a towel. So
no, he's rejiggering it. And to tell you the truth, I haven't paid much attention to the Labyrinth Lord stuff either. It just pops up on my feed on Facebook every once in a while.
Okay, well, you're better off than I am. So
yeah. So this drive-through thing.
So the drive-through thing. What is that drive-through thing, Glenn? What is this thing we call drive-through?
Publisher named Redor decided to publish Men, an RPG for manly men.
Manly men.
And I saw it. It's been advertised for a few days, and I looked at it, and it's like, well, there's an incident waiting to happen.
Yeah, pretty much. Now,
I also thought with all the kerfuffle going on with it, with drive-through and stuff, I said, about 25 years ago, there would have been no problem getting this published, because there was a little game at the time called Macho Women with Guns, which is the same, I'd say it's the same kind of
genre
category as that. And it's like 25 years, 30 years ago, there would have been no problem, because you got this other game that's kind of the same thing. I'm not saying the same thing, but the same feel.
Right. Here's the issue, or herein lies the crux, and this is why we're talking about it. But we're talking about it pretty much as it was known about. Now it seems that the issue has gone beyond the surface issue, which I think is important, because the surface, if you take it for what it is, which is a game, it is offensive as hell. And I will say that you can still grab a copy at Big Geek Emporium.
I make no judgments on it. I don't know if it's bad or good, because I have not seen it.
Well, here, what I'm going to do though,
but the general feeling out there is, it's bad.
Well, here, somebody did spend the $15 or so to actually look at this, and they're not condemning it, by the way, but they do quote from it, and it's James Raggi. And really? James Raggi said his quote of one section of it, and I don't know really if you need to go beyond that. The more levels you gain, the bigger your dick gets. Women do not have dicks, and so cannot gain levels. Again, I have an issue that this is kind of.
You gotta be inclusive about that somehow. I don't know.
Well, I have a problem with just the game mechanics. The more levels you gain, the bigger your dick gets. Women do not have dicks, and so cannot gain levels. It doesn't make any sense. You gain
No,
a
it
level,
doesn't.
the dick gets bigger. If you're a woman, you don't have a dick, or you grow one. I mean, that's
Well, you know, it can affect the female parts too, but I'm not going to get into that.
Right, no,
But
I think,
what I wanted to say, you know, the level you gain a level, your balls should get bigger.
Yeah, I got more balls. My balls are so big I can't walk down this. I walk down the street like a cowboy riding a horse, but it's no longer riding a horse. But boom. In fact,
Yeah.
women are described in the inventory chapter, and they're recorded in the items section on your character sheet. This is because they are things. Now,
Oh, that hurts. Ooh.
now, listen. The and I like this. The game is pure satire, right? Well, that is the current claim. That is not what it was necessarily billed at. I mean, well, initially they're claiming it as satire with the Y, but yeah, neither here nor there. And the issue comes down to they engaged in hostile marketing from the start, because right from the start on their own webpage, when it launched on Valentine's Day, yes, it could be satire. They mentioned that they expected it to get removed.
Okay. Well,
so that
self-fulfilling prophecy.
That is by its very definition hostile marketing. You're putting something up that you expect to get removed because you want to drive the drama. That is the definition of hostile marketing. Okay.
I didn't know that.
Wow. Well, that's the definition of hostile marketing as per Drive Through RPG, One Bookshelf. So that's how they are defining it. And that's, here's the issue with hostile marketing, especially if you are the marketplace, all right, or the publisher in this case. Well, that's the publisher is Red Room, because Miguel didn't write it. Miguel didn't write it. It was actually written, he said, 10 years ago by somebody else who, yes, I don't want to read into the fact that we don't know who the author is, but it sounds like they wanted to remain anonymous. So I guess they liked their work, but not enough to say, hey, I'm going to put my name behind it. So we go beyond that. Yes, Miguel expected it was going to get removed, and we had a conversation on this very YouTube channel. Later on, I'll link the video. It was earlier today. I'll link the video in the as a pinned comment to this one at the end of the show. You can watch it, or you can just go and read it. Read the comments. Miguel and myself go back a lot, and it was eye-opening to me as we went back, because I reread the letter he posted that he got from Drive-Thru. The letter he posted from Drive-Thru does not explicitly state that you had your one and final warning. It actually never even mentions a prior warning, and it does mention aggressiveness toward the social media staff of Drive-Thru, bordering on abusive. But bordering on abusive, and I believe that's the terminology. Bordering on something means that it didn't reach that. So you by writing that, it's actually saying you never reached this level of guilt. But they lost their patience with Red Room and Miguel, and they terminated the account. Now, they terminated the account and made it seem like they were terminating the account because of hostile marketing. They quoted their hostile marketing, but they didn't even quote the section of their policy that says you get one and only one warning. He got no warning. If that's the reason why he was terminated, his account was terminated, he got no warning. And I did write a letter to OBS, One Bookshelf, Drive-Thru, whatever, Roll 20, because it's now under Roll 20. And I am concerned. I'm concerned as a publisher, because if you're saying you lost your patience with this individual and we're done with you, yet you're quoting your policy to make it why you are done with them, you violated your own policy, which means that any of us any of us could theoretically have something similar happen to them. Just like the OGL, right? Like the OGL was that sort of the Damocles over the neck of publishers everywhere. We can revoke the OGL. It still is to some extent. We can revoke this OGL and you'll be fucked. Now, one bookshelf said you get one free strike, you get one warning. After that warning, we will act and remove your account. And in this case, it appears Miguel says he never got a warning. Now, maybe Drive-Thru is going to say, well, we gave a warning, but maybe it wasn't explicit, and maybe he got lost in a language barrier. Miguel's native language is Portuguese. Obviously, Drive-Thru's is, I was going to say English, and I was going to make a joke that it might be something that is. No, I guess I shouldn't. I shouldn't say the joke. If you want to figure out what the joke was, read the comments on the original video. You'll see a lot of comments about wokeism and blue hair. Do I think that this release was appropriate for Drive-Thru? I don't know. If I was a sales site, I probably wouldn't want it up on my site. But that's okay, right? That's the reason why you have this policy. And if you want to say, hey, we saw your Twitter thread, we saw your marketing for this, that you expect to get banned or have this product get removed and censored, and you've done your shtick, here's your one free one, have at it. But
well, I guess that made Red Room Red Rum.
Yeah. Oh, John, was any
Boom.
Or Sylvia will show up in the chat to defend their work, although I believe it's late o'clock in Portugal. I'm sure it's late out over there. And again, we've spoken. The conversation wasn't necessarily the best conversation initially, because Miguel and I were. He was complaining that my community harassed him on Facebook, and I had to point out that he continually posted politics with his videos, which he does not see. And you know what? Maybe in Portugal, what he taught, what we here in America refer to as politics, which is talking left and right shit on anything, right? And we say it's not acceptable. Maybe he didn't see it as that. Maybe again, there are cultural differences, and I'm willing to accept that. But when Miguel was sharing and posting in the Tavern's Facebook group, nearly every video started some small fire, because Miguel always had, I'll be polite and say opinions. And when people disagree with his opinions, the conversation then became political. So maybe even if the initial stuff wasn't, it became political, and he was happy to continue that. So I was not. That being said, if Miguel was removed from the Drive-Thru marketplace, one bookshelf, if his account was terminated because of hostile marketing, which they kind of inference that it is, if that's the reason why, and they didn't give him a warning,
hi Rob,
that's scary to the rest of us, because it means that, hey, I can offend somebody at Drive-Thru. And believe me, I am pretty sure I offend people at Drive-Thru, because I am somebody who will nitpick their fucking policies when they come out. And I can guarantee you, I have no friends over at Drive-Thru that are going to go, oh, Tenkar has a question, put it to the top of the list. I think today was probably, Tenkar has a question, fuck. Because we know when we answer this question, it's going to be out on video, and it's going to be out in the blog, and we better make sure we answer it right. So, but it scares me as a publisher that they can take a personal opinion of somebody and use that to underline their justification for removing somebody's account. So, and again, the games seem to be a publicity part. Even if it's satire, the thing is, expecting it to get pulled means that they were engaging in hostile marketing. Again, a termable offense. The second time you do it, the first time is a warning. If you didn't get a warning,
you get a free one.
You get a free shot. If he did not get a warning and they terminated his account, it means that their own policies don't mean shit. All right. And that's not a place that I want to be comfortable at. Yeah, but no, but they have to explicitly give you a warning, Ed. If you're not given that warning, yes, they pulled at least one other product from his and then told him it could only go back up if he censored it. That's fine. That's not saying, your product got pulled and you participated in hostile marketing by engaging the public on social media to get enraged that they took down your product. That's the hostile marketing part. Just having your shit removed, I mean, that's not hostile marketing. It's the engaging in the social media, especially in this case prior to it being removed, which is the hostile marketing. Now, I've spoken with other third-party publishers, by the way, today over this, and they are upset with the idea because nobody. Here's the other thing. When this policy got released, I can guarantee you, I see Rob's in the comments. Rob read the update. I read the update. We knew what it meant. Many people didn't know what it meant, didn't really read into it, just kind of glossed over it. And the fact that drive-thru can take down your product and you can't publicly complain about it. Because if you publicly complain about it, that's hostile marketing, and you get a strike, well, that's now news for a lot of people.
That's why Eric is here. He will complain when somebody can't.
I'm a bitch. Yes, I will complain.
And the bitch is back.
I just heard that song on XM yesterday in the car.
It'll happen.
But so that was the news of today. And listen, I mean, I guess maybe I haven't made my general stance clear. I rather, whether I like you or dislike you or don't know you from a hole in the wall makes little difference when something like this goes on. I was trying to explain that to Miguel. I was like we were talking cross paths on the comment section on the YouTube video, and the issue became that we were going cross paths at each other, and the actual issue that I was trying to get to was like, Miguel, are you telling us that you never got your initial warning? Because that's a problem, and I still think it is a problem, and I haven't gotten a response back from drive-thru, but judging on that email that he did share, after I read it closely and looked at it for tone, and I realized that it sounded like somebody who got butthurt at drive-thru and took the step of, and I don't want to deal with your shit anymore. Understandable. But you have a policy in place, and you're quoting a policy in part to justify why you are terminating the account and then leaving out the relevant part if you get a free warning. It could have been, I'm tired of your shit. Here's your warning. Cut this shit out. No, they didn't do that. It looks like they went beyond.
It's like, yeah. They'll give you a verbal warning at work. Then you get a written warning, and then you're out the door.
Yeah, a written warning for your file. It's like, oh, jeez.
For my file. I go in the middle of the night and burn my file.
I'm not going to say who did something similar, but hey, I can neither confirm nor deny anything of the sort. So, Rob, I complained about the policy rather publicly, about the community content program. Yeah, you did, Rob. I mean, I would say you can be a thorn in their side for much nicer reasons than I am, because I have a bit larger of a public reach, and when I get involved in stuff, there's a chance that a larger place than me will pick it up. I won't get credit, but I can see where it goes. That might pick this up. And again, I don't, whether I like Red Room or dislike Red Room, or again, I didn't even know they were publishing anything. That tells you how off my radar they have become. And when I find out they're publishing stuff, they get banned from drive-thru. It's irrelevant to me whether I know about you or have a connection to you or not. If there's something here that's going to potentially affect other third-party publishers,
Mhm.
here, Rob, because here I'm going to go to the original Twitter, Rob. I'm going to bring it up real quick. Hold on a second, and I'm going to read it out. And only reason why I'm saying, if you're going to refer to stuff and as your reason to remove somebody. Okay. Miguel, yesterday we received a report for the title Men that my team had reviewed this title, and just within the first few pages, the book contravenes our product standard guidelines, which you are most certainly aware of, and they link to the product standard guidelines. This Twitter thread was also brought to our attention, and that's probably because of the hostile marketing. This is not the first time you have acted in this manner toward us in behavior.
Oh, that's the loophole. That's the loophole right there.
Well,
this is not the first time
that you've acted because he's had a product removed from the market for. Your behavior goes against our publisher conduct guidelines. Again, a policy of which you are well aware. And then they link it. But then the only part of the hostile marketing that there's 3 paragraphs to this hostile marketing part, folks. Hostile marketing, our policy regarding potentially offensive content, reporting by customers is to deactivate such titles while they're being reviewed. Publishers who deliberately court controversy by making public declarations or accusations of censorship resulting from this process in order to draw attention to their products will be considered to use hostile marketing. Now they leave out the rest of that, and I'm going to go and I have to. I don't think I still have the tab up, do I? Probably not. No. So I'm going to read the rest of the policy because I actually shared it. Because I wrote an email to One Bookshelf because I am concerned as a publisher as to what the banning of Red Room Publishing means to the rest of us. And again, it doesn't mean that I agree with the product in question. I think it's sophomoric at best and moronic at worst. But this is what I sent. It has come to my attention and that of the tabletop gaming community that Red Room Publications has had their publisher's account at Drive-Thru terminated from the email shared on Twitter by Red Room, see attached. Drive-Thru RPG's hostile marketing policy was quoted, in part. In full, the policy states, and I read that first paragraph, second 2 paragraphs, publishers who direct or support public accusations of impropriety or censorship toward One Bookshelf, when the controversial titles are rejected or removed from our marketplace, will also be considered to use hostile marketing. This behavior will not be tolerated. We have adopted a strict 1 warning policy for those who engage in hostile marketing. The first incident will prompt a warning, and after our second incident, their accounts were removed and from our site permanently and immediately. Now back to me. Note the above part, which has been highlighted, a strict 1 warning policy. In the email Red Room shared on Twitter, there was no mention of any prior warning being issued. Saying that you've engaged in such before does not mean that you were warned. So, Miguel claims to have never received such a warning. Being aggressive, bordering on abusive, which is the complaint when they decided after quoting the hostile marketing, that's the other complaint, is not abusive. If it were abusive, it would have stated such. You know what? You're such a pain in the ass, just short of being a pain in the ass. All right, that means I'm not really a pain in the ass. I'm annoying. What they're saying is Miguel is annoying. He certainly may be. So I asked, was Red Room's account terminated for violating Drive-Thru RPG's hostile marketing policy? If so, were they given a prior explicit warning? If no prior warning, why the termination? This matters because it can potentially affect any and all publishers that use OBS Drive-Thru RPG to publish their materials. We've already had the OGL nightmare to deal with this year. having further uncertainty in our publishing endeavors is not the environment any of us wish to be in. Eric Tenkar. Now,
Well, you know what? You know what? You know what this is going to lead to, right?
another power.
This is another. It's going to be another OGL fight. It's going to be, well, we need another place we can get our games from that isn't drive-through RPG one bookshelf. And so they'll come up with their own black flag. Somebody will.
Listen, we have Big Geek Emporium. The problem with Big Geek Emporium, and you know the guys behind Big Geek Emporium, Glenn.
I do?
Yes, you do.
I'll take your word for it.
Biggest Geekers.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't know they had their own emporium.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have their own storefront. It's not large. It is uncensored. And I'm not saying that people throw their dicks out. But what I am saying is...
For Harambe.
Yeah. But what I am saying is that they, whatever they publish or sell through their storefront, they're not making those decisions. But let me catch up to Rob.
I thought this would be this generation's Fatal.
Well, I don't. You know what? I don't. Fatal, on some level, thought it actually was a good RPG. It's like somebody with RPG Tourette's roll the game. This is great, motherfucker.
No, the RPG Tourette. No, the real RPG Tourette's guy was the guy who wrote Hole.
Oh, Hole was excellent, dog. The Hole wasn't playable.
Hole was funny. It was funny.
So, Rob, okay, 2 points. We have tried our best to work with you, but that but always is what hurts. And I'll be honest with you, when I first read through the letter,
you get it in the butt. You get it in the butt. It always hurts.
Well, when you get in the butt because your penis grows and it grows with every time you level, then you really got real problems there. Yeah.
So what? Did this game takes place in prison?
It could. Where men are men and women are men in prison. Yes, it could be. Giving a whole new meaning to, would you like your salad chopped or tossed? Definitely not chopped. I'll say that much. Definitely don't chop my salad. I don't think I could handle that at my day and age. But
well, if it was at a British prison, they'd all be tossers. So
yeah, I'm a tosser. Well, yes, mate, I'm a tosser.
I threw that in for Dave.
There's no Dave here yet. No Dave. He always makes an announcement when he's here. No Dave yet. But Rob, their policy is about controversial content. If OBS is going to be magic legal terms, we can too, as a policy on kicks in if there's a product involved. Yeah, I mean the issue is you're going to get a warning before the termination, and it's controversial content that you can sell controversial content till it comes out your ever-growing ass, or have a growing penis, depending on the game you're playing. But
balls.
You can sell whatever you want as long as you don't bitch and complain when they remove it. You could do it. You could put up a new product weekly, and apparently their policy allows you to do so. Oh, Dixie Lankers got removed. All right.
Well, if they're really worried about it, why don't they just go to Lulu and do that?
Oh my God! Look who's slumming in the house. Bad Mike. Hello.
Careful, we might put you on here.
We might put you to work, Michael. We might have your opinion as a third-party publisher about the hostile marketing stance of Fraud God Games.
So what do you think you ought to get Mike to buy 20 copies of Men to sell at the con?
Well, here's the thing. So now, if there is
new TSR development.
New TSR developments? No. Nothing there. Nothing to see, folks.
Now, what were you saying about
the pricing?
Yeah.
If you want me to be, if you want me to be offended, all right, this satirical work with computer generated artwork, apparently, neither here nor there, just maybe it's part of the satire, is $15 in PDF. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not paying more than $1 or $2 for satirical work that I'm supposed to go. Well, golly, they're talking about dicks growing one when I level up. Damn, I'm not spending $15 on shit like that. All right. Now here's the other thing, and it's just as important. And Big Geek Emporium, this is a note for you. There's you don't list page counts, so there is a difference in value when somebody says, "Oh, Swords of Witchery Light, 4 pages, it's free," or it's $1 donation, and oh, look, unknown satirical game, $15, unknown pages. It could be 4. I'm not paying $15 for an unknown length. Oh my god! Why are we talking length now after growing penises in this RPG? But we don't know the length of the we don't know the page count of the content. Sorry. Yes, it only kicks in when your product is involved, and again you get your free swing at the hostile marketing pinata.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your free swing at it because you might hit the hostile marketing pinata where I sell dozens of copies because I'm offended.
And condoms come. No, candy comes out.
Candy condoms. It could be candy condoms. Oh, they're flavored for
edible panties too. No, it has to be condoms because you're
yeah, because you has to grow with you, sir. Just so you know. Mr. Anderson, you do know that as you level up, your penis will grow. I'm just saying that because we had the Mr. Anderson joke earlier, and it just sounded funny in my head. Oh, Michael! Oh my dear God, we are talking about the men's piece of crap. Mike,
we certainly are.
We certainly are, but not because of the content. Although the content isn't
the controversy.
But because, Mike, we're talking about it because as the email that Miguel showed reads, he was not apparently given his explicit warning. It was, you know what? We're just tired of. We're going to quote part of the hostile marketing to justify what we're doing, but we're just tired of you and your shit, and we're going to let you go. And if they're relying upon the hostile marketing policy, that's a violation of their own policy. And if they're dismissing him, terminating him because they find him to be an annoying piece of shit, well, you've been aggressive, bordering on what was the word again?
Hostile.
Yeah, you have been aggressive, bordering on abusive. We will not tolerate it any further. It sounds like somebody lost patience, but you're not aggressive, bordering on abusive means you were not abusive. I mean, listen, it's the letter. I kind of had a career that had to go by the letter of the law. The letter of the law, I was like, you know what? You went right up to that line, but you never fucking crossed it. Well, you went up to that line.
That could be litigious right there.
Yeah. So we just find you. We're done with you because you're annoying, and maybe you walk right up to that line, and you don't cross it. And my God, you're pissing us off that you get away with that.
And if he decides to sue, this is not Hasbro. It'd be easier to sue them and Roll20.
Yeah, but here's the thing: that there's no law involved in this termination, but you are citing a violation of their own policy. And if for nothing else, as a third-party publisher myself, who publishes pequeño, small amount of shit, that's scary. That I can piss somebody off at drive-through for whatever reason. I don't know. Constantly covering their occasional fuck-ups. They're not Wizards of the Coast, folks. I'm not talking that level. But they make policies that aren't always the best thought out. This might be one of them.
Right.
I'm not going to offend them enough. We're going to go, well, Tenkar has offended us on his coverage on YouTube and on his blog. So we're just going to, we know how we get him? We're going to terminate his account. And we're going to cancel the affiliate account because that's where he makes, that's where he makes, it is true, most of my money in the affiliate account. So can they hold it against you because you say things or do things that annoy them? Well, they are insinuating that apparently you can. Now, maybe they did give an explicit warning, and the person that wrote that last email failed to indicate it and spell it out, and instead I'm going to get a screenshot in my email of the explicit warning that Miguel was prior sent, and maybe through the curses of I don't know, language barriers, that Miguel did not understand a warning that was explicit when he was given it. It's certainly possible.
This sounds like One Bookshelf's trying to do a slap fight or something.
Yep.
I'll harm you. I'll harm you.
You annoyed me. Get away. Get away. In other circumstances, I could find this abusive, but you're just aggressive, and I don't like aggressive. I don't know. I mean, so Michael, so that's where the issue is. It's not whether or not this product is a valuable product to hit the marketplace. I do not think at $15 it's a valuable product to hit the marketplace.
Well, we got to defend our rights.
Well, we got to make sure that, even if you go, this product is not the hill to die on. Well, guess what? Somebody died on this hill for reasons that aren't spelled out to violate a policy. That's dangerous. That's scary.
That's true. I think we ought to put this to bed and move on. So what else? What else is happening out there?
Well,
I had a good game Monday.
I hate you, Glenn.
Missed Matt's Thursday game, but
you missed Matt's Thursday game. Well, where were you?
I was at rehearsal for that thing.
Oh, okay.
But I already told him, and unbelievable. But stuff happened. Okay, just stuff happened. What happened in the game? Stuff happened.
Did the world blow up?
It was all Monday game was like all role playing.
You're kidding me. I mean, those systems are rare, I have to say.
Later, Rob.
Robbery.
But it was an never-ending game, and me and my crew managed to bluff our way into a costume ball at the Sharn Embassy. And boy, was that fun. I told everybody I was the ambassador pro tem to Moonwatch, and I gave all my crew different titles. My favorite one was my friend Gareth, not your Gareth, but Gareth.
Okay, well,
I made him the Admiral of the Navy.
You are the Admiral of the Navy. We don't have a Navy.
I was going to say the only thing that would have made it better is if like Moonwatch was landlocked, but they weren't.
Oh, we could.
That's like Swiss. That's like the Swiss Navy,
We have one that goes into the lake in the Alps, and it just goes around in cycles. We
had a lot of fun. We were looking for the ambassador so we could get some information about something we were looking for. And we had the Minister of Agriculture there, a Minister of Gage's character, his Warforged was a Minister of Labor.
Well, that makes sense, actually.
Yes. But another guy, our other guy, Sean, he was the Minister of Agriculture, and he was so clueless about it. It was like people were looking at him going, "You're a Minister of Agriculture?"
I grow certain plants. They have a certain aroma. They're the only plants I grow, and I grow them in a pot in my
Yeah. But it was
Like
fun.
agriculture.
It was fun. That was a fun role-playing session.
Okay, that's again. I have to get my. I guess TotalCon will get my feedback in the gaming moment. We got one game of Call of Cthulhu.
Exactly. Oh, good.
Yeah, we have another of. Oh God, I want to say Night Below, but no, Palladium's like Walking Dead type of game. So
I've got Bupkis for games for North Texas. I can't even think of a good Gangbusters game at this point.
no, Gangbusters game from Glen. What is this?
That's why I'm trying to get Mark Hunt to go. Let him run it.
That
He can run tall.
That
He can run Tall Tales too.
Oh, see, Glenn, you're volunteering other people. That's not usually how this goes.
Well, he was such a good guest last, not really guest, but I mean, we had a lot of fun with him. He's a good guy, and he runs a good game.
Mark is good people, and that's why I look forward to going to conventions. I don't know how many people I know are going to TotalCon. I know that Joe Block is, so we'll get a chance to hang out with Joe Block for a bit. But I should
talk about conventions on Radio Grognard, because every year it's about convention season now. Is this the start of convention season?
It kind of is.
Like next month.
Yeah, I mean, because usually, I guess for us, Gary Con is the big get for conventions.
Well, like with Doc, they already had DungeonCon they're having DungeonCon this weekend. It's President's Weekend. They always have DungeonCon over President's Weekend.
Oh, okay.
So so that and Gary Con next month, and I wish I could think of something to talk about for cons, but I can't. So
that's okay, Glenn. I mean, last year I went to North Texas and ShireCon. The prior year was just North Texas. 2020 it was only TotalCon, because after that
2020 was nothing for me.
Yeah, well, TotalCon is like going back to the scene of the crime for me. Because 2020 TotalCon, I left there early because I came down with an upper respiratory infection. And the upper respiratory infection led to my pneumonia and sepsis and hospitalization at the beginning of COVID. And then the pneumonia led to my congestive heart failure, which is fine because apparently I had regular heart failure going on behind it and nobody knew it.
Ouch.
Yeah, so getting the congestive kind of saved my life. But
yeah, I was in the hospital then too. So getting my spleen and my pancreas out.
So
you know what ticks me off about that? They took out my spleen and my pancreas for stones, and they didn't save me the stones.
God damn it!
I will, Mike. I wanted to take, because I remember Becky had her gallbladder out, and they got stones, like huge things, and I wanted mine so I could make like 6-sided dice out of them.
All right.
Don't choke.
I almost did it. I almost did an impromptu spit take. I just had to put it back in the glass when it happened. I don't mind.
Grind them down, put some dots on them.
I don't mind.
Hey, look, this came out of my body. Hey.
Yeah. No, I'm going to roll great with this one because I have the gall to say. What?
Yeah. But I'm looking forward. I haven't even signed up for games or anything. I haven't even looked at the schedule on there.
I didn't even look at the schedule for TotalCon until I went, oh shit, coming up in like a month. And then I was like, hey, Rach, how about we do some horror games? So we have a game on Friday and a game on Saturday. So nothing on Thursday when we show up, and nothing on Sunday when we leave. And they're like mid-afternoon games, so I don't have to wake up early. I don't have to, late I can socialize, assuming there are socializations to be happening.
I always end up in a game Sunday. Ever since Gage started going, it's always, Grandpa, let's play a game on Sunday. I says, no, I want to leave. Okay, we'll do it. but he hasn't looked at the schedule either. I don't know how he's gonna. I don't even know if he's going this year. So, yeah, I gotta get on the ball with that. I'm sure I can come up with something, but I don't know. I just get the feeling I'd rather run something other than Gangbusters. Remember that one year I ran Mutant Future? That was kind of popular, but all through the con, are you gonna run some more Gangbusters? Okay, I guess stick with what you're good at. You know what I mean?
I mean, if Mutant Future was fun for you, go for it. I mean, what you're good at is what you enjoy. And if whatever you're psyched for, if you're psyched for Mutant Future, then go for Mutant Future. I mean, listen, it's a D20 game. Anybody,
it's a BX game. It's BX.
Yeah, even somebody who hasn't played it before will sit at the table and feel comfortable because, especially at North Texas, you've played the system even if you haven't played the system.
That's right. Well, I know, Jason's going to be with us, so I know if I said, "Hey, Mutant Future," he'd be on it. He loves post-apocalyptic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Did I say last time? I don't think I said it last show that I'm actually reconsidering Dungeon Crawl Classics.
Oh, my heart to be still. I'm going to have a conniption fit.
Well, I said I'd consider it because somebody mentioned something about the game that it was my kryptonite. It was the word was my catnip, and the word is gonzo.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons I like Gamma World and Mutant Future, because I thought about it and I go, yeah, that is a pretty gonzo game.
Right.
Screwy stuff happening all the time. I love that.
Right.
I just didn't want a game that was D&D combined with paranoia. That's all.
Oh, no, it isn't that. Listen, I have run DCC, and although the campaign didn't last because my players weren't comfortable, specifically Joe the Lawyer, with the...
Really?
Oh, yeah. He likes playing spellcasters. He played a spellcaster, and the problem with DCC Magic is it is very swingy. Very swingy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
it makes the wild magic table in Forgotten Realms look like a piece of cake.
Is this a little Spellfire? I swear to God, I don't miss that wild magic table. But in any case, yes, it does make that look like a piece of cake. Now, I understand why Joe did it, and it is certainly part of the game or the inferred setting. But I also understood why Joe didn't like it. And yeah, I know the dog is all around bullshit.
I got over the 3E thing, but yeah. And I also remembered way back when I was playing Champions, I was also playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, and how much we loved those injury charts on there. I hit the guy. What did I do to him? Roll on it. That kind of thing. And DCC has that in spades. So I can understand. I thought of that and I go, well, you used to like those. Originally, I just didn't appeal to me because it's like, BX and older editions of D&D were hard enough. Why are you making it harder?
BX was hard?
Well, original 3 boxes were hard. And BX and BECMI can be brutal.
Well, I guess.
But it was just hard enough that I liked it.
See, I mean, all right, so you're not saying so you're not saying the rules were hard. You were saying that the actual gameplay was rough. That the character death affected it.
Right. I don't think you need to amp up the character death that much. Okay. But the point is, I could probably adjust to that. And but there's one rule in there I will not abide by as a GM.
Which one is that?
All rolls must be out front. I'm sorry. I roll behind my screen. You don't like it. don't play.
Well, that's not a real rule. I mean, that's
Well, they said you must make all rolls in front of everybody. Bull.
I don't even remember that from the rules. Probably
I got a PDF of it. I happened to look at it the other night.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but when I'm there, who knows? I might put down for a copy of DCC. I never know.
I mean, DCC is a nice game. It really.
Oh yeah, well,
the adventures are really, really solid. I got it.
That's what I understand. That's what I hear. And to me, at first, the character funnel thing did not appeal to me at all. And now I can see. Well, it's what?
It's more fun than expected, or more fun than has any right to be. And here's the thing:
you're right.
You start out with your 4 characters, and they're all pieces of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a piece of shit in front of you that has potential, has real good scores, you're not going to sacrifice that, and you're not going to use him to do something stupid. You're going to use somebody else to do something stupid, because you want to make sure your guy with that 17 to 16 and who's potentially going to be a really strong character is going to have something for you. You want to live. But here's the other thing: if only a weak character or two, or a weaker character or two survives, guess what? You feel you have a connection to them. It's a strange feeling, but you have a connection because they're survivors. So even if they aren't stronger or as strong as you would have liked, they're survivors. And that's huge too.
It is.
In any case. That's cool.
Anyway.
Glen,
look at me. Look at me. It must be the age.
Glen, teaching an old grognard new tricks. 2023, the year of the grog.
Well, I'll tell you, they may have swayed me some, but there is still no way I will play Pathfinder.
I will have to say I agree with you with a small caveat.
Yeah, for reasons, because in the day I had enough. I had my fill up to Hero 3.5.
Okay,
and that complicates it. Anyway, what's your caveat? I'm curious. What's your
my caveat is, if we played strictly from the beginner box, I would play it.
Oh, okay.
Because the beginner box was I have both beginner boxes for Pathfinder 1 and Pathfinder 2. Pathfinder 1, I read that thing from cover to cover, and I was like, not only do I understand this, but if they had Pathfinder Expert Box, I would have a complete game system that was perfectly sized. It made it wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't the Christmas tree that we always refer to. It was very immensely playable.
You want to hear something funny? Gage was here for a few days last week, and I guess he's been playing online. And he says, "Grandpa, you know what's really fun to play that I've been playing? What? Starfinder." Really?
Oh.
That's the first good thing I've heard about Starfinder.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, he must have a good DM. You can take an otherwise broken or lame game, and I'm not saying that is what Starfinder is, but you can take a really good GM can take a subpar game system and make it something amazing. And you can take an amazing game system, put it in the hands of a subpar GM, and get a horrible gaming experience out of it.
What are you going to do?
You know?
Well, I think so far he's been lucky, and he's had really good players and game masters. The only time I heard him complain was one time during North Texas. He complained about this woman who was playing, and that's the first time I ever heard him complain about anybody at the table, or the way the guy was running it or anything. Really? He loves it. Yeah, he's had really good luck with that. Well, so have I, for that matter.
True.
Yeah,
Okay.
or so have you.
Yeah, no, I've been very lucky with that. And I don't think. Well, the thing is, usually, at this point, when I go to a convention, if I'm going to play games at North Texas, I'm playing with people that I know, so that really certainly helps the experience, because it's rough playing as a player in a group where you go in cold, you don't know the fellow players, you don't know the GM, and maybe you're not
Right.
comfortable with the system. It can be rough. But if you know the GM or know of the GM, like when people sit in my games at North Texas, they know me from the blog, they know me from the podcast, the video, so they're comfortable already. They're coming in, hey, Tenkar. It's like, so for them, and it's now I don't have to prove myself. I've already I'm like prior approval granted, and it's a little bit easier as a GM when the players already kind of know you. Unless you
Yeah,
get the
it
ones that
is.
are expecting like, it's Tenkar and I expect the most amazing game ever. You're not going to get that.
You're not Tim Kask.
Oh no.
Or Frank Menser, or et cetera, et cetera.
Or yeah, so true.
Yeah.
Uh,
All the old TSR guys, they expect a really good game out of all the TSR people.
well, yeah, because they were around at the beginning. They should know. So I'm going to ask you a question, because, and it's not gaming question. It's just how has the weather been in Oklahoma this year? Have you gotten any snow? Have you gotten any
1.5 days?
actual snow on the ground?
Yep.
Okay.
And it didn't last long.
New York City, I have not had to shovel yet. I don't think even had slush on the ground. Yesterday was 65.
But I will tell you, it's been damn cold.
We've had cold and we've gotten really warm. Like yesterday, actually 67 heading out to my niece out in Long Island yesterday. Now today
it was 30 coming out of rehearsal last night, and it's like I got to break out the big coat. This ain't cutting it.
Oh wow! Now today, it hit 45, and we had sleet. We don't have any sleet in the 40s. You get your sleet in your mid 30s.
Right.
CTM, welcome.
Well, we came that close to having an ice storm. So
ice storm.
Yeah,
sucked, man.
we had like a day and a half of snow, but after that, we had like 1 day ice storm, and then it got melted. But it got a little slick for a while there. If you know what I mean.
I do. Oh, before I just want to mention that the link at the bottom of the screen for tenkars-tavern.com/humble kobold. Tenkars-tavern.game/
Get it right.
I get it right. Wrong. Glenn, I got it wrong. That's an affiliate link for Humble Bundle. Kobold Press. I have no idea what
Yeah. And you are drinking what tonight?
I'm drinking seltzer with a squirt of grape crush. So
wow.
I could be. I got my.
I wish I had a grape crush. I'd love to have grape crush right now.
Rach got me some wine for Valentine's Day. I don't know if this is going to show up properly with this camera.
It's not.
God damn it! Oh, now it's.
There we go.
It's got the American flag with the thin blue.
I saw that.
So, and it's thin blue wine. So, maybe I'll open this up. This came yesterday. Maybe I'll open this up later. So, I got a 3-pack of wine, but I haven't had the wine yet tonight. I'm just high on life, folks. High on life.
First time for everything.
Permanent Mountain, I drew up a Pathfinder 2 character, and it was a mess. There were a dozen metrics and 78 actions I could take listed on my own character sheet. Way too much crunch. I'm not going to disagree with you there.
Yeah.
TXG, do you have to pay for every game you play in at North Texas? Here's how it works.
Yeah.
I was
tell them.
for the bed the mic. So say
Listen
a game
to
has
him.
if a game has 8 slots. The game
We had a little crash here.
Uh-oh.
There we go. We're back. I'm back.
If a game has 8 slots, half of them go up for sale early. So you can pay $5, I believe it is, or I think it's 5 to
until the 15th, until tax day. Yeah.
Right. So it's only an early charge if you want an early sign up, which is fine. Not a bad deal at all.
Yeah, but usually when I go there, all the paid ones are taken.
Oh yeah, I agree, and I have
those go fast. Those go fast.
Those go as fast as the ones on April 15th.
I don't even do April 15th anymore. I just afterwards I say, well, okay, what's left here? If I'm going to sign up for anything, sometimes I don't even sign up for anything.
Yeah, no, I can. Last year, I think I just signed up for the seminars. And
Did you?
Yeah, the legal one.
Always forget their seminars.
I happen to like seminars because I like participating and asking the questions and even occasionally getting dragged in as like
oh yeah, they're fun. It's just I don't associate North Texas with seminars. Like in DundraCon and such, there were seminars all over the place. But I don't think that convention concentrates on that. Good evening.
We have some good seminars this year.
Really? Am I on a panel?
We need a podcasting panel.
Oh, that's gonna get.
Last year, last year we had a legal panel, and it was oh my god, sing a moment. Steve Marsh, dun 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 dun, dun Alex Kammer, and it was good. So yeah, the Wizards of the Coast Legal Matters and OGL. That's going to be a very interesting one, and I'd love to.
Yes. And Janelle always does an artist panel.
The lawyers that I know in the community is amazing. It's just simply, you wouldn't believe how many lawyers I know now. But
I think that may be a good thing.
Yeah, well, it doesn't hurt, But
yeah.
And one of my
I can hardly wait to see what's going to come the months before North Texas, as far as like the WotC landscape and all that. They'll have a lot to talk about.
Oh, something's going to change. Some heads are going to roll. Some sacrifices are going to have to be made. The God of Hasbro.
Oh yeah.
Down.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming we're not talking about your true love and soulmate, Glenn. That would be me. I understand that.
Huh. Oh, I just got a notice. Facebook Luau Lu post on Tenkar's Tavern needs approval, so I'll let you handle that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Lloyd does it too. That's right.
The artist stuff.
Good old
on Friday night.
Good old Luau. Mega Dungeons. Well, he ought to know.
Yeah, somebody's having. I think it would be Luau Lewis having the podcast seminar, right?
Yeah. Hey, Greg, you magnificent bastard! I read your book.
There you go. So yeah, I might have all my time taken up by seminars. Go figure that one out, which is fine.
Podcaster said, "Well, that was Luau Lu's podcast breakfast, wasn't it?"
Yeah, and he's got to move it back an hour. I mean, I can't get up that early. It was painful. It's like, Lou, please.
You were there. I saw you there.
I was there. It was painful. Why?
I think it was damn nice of him to do that.
I was out late at the bar. I closed the door.
Ah.
So you got to, so you
I
got
mean,
to.
because I remember he mentioned us in Facebook or so, in the North Texas group, said something about, it was really, really good podcasters breakfast, even though Tenkar and Old Man Grognard were there.
Well, we wouldn't have missed it for the world.
That's right. That is absolutely right. Whatever I can do,
I try to make it better for everybody by showing my ugly mug.
And if you need any more artwork, let me know. I could always use a few bucks.
Dun, dun, dun.
Done.
All right, Glenn. What else we got? What else we got here?
Oh, I don't know. I'm about to read my Old Man Grognard topic list here. I got a week's worth of shows to do in a day or two. Well, that's garbage. That's Chat GPT and you. I wonder why. That's because here's something interesting. Our Monday game, that thing I was telling you, we were doing the masked ball. Carlos, our DM, said a lot of this was I use a lot of this generated from Chat GPT.
Really?
He said that's how I got all the NPCs from there, and the names and all this other stuff. He says you ought to check it out. I mean, he said it helped considerably with my game. And I guess, every time I go on Chat GPT, I can't get on because it's full. So, more power to them. Is anybody out there that uses something like an AI or something like that for their games? I think that would be kind of cool. I mean, you'd have to edit the damn thing, but
for game prep, not a bad idea. It's
put the info out and put the info in and see what happens. I need a 12-room dungeon, and this is going to be happening, and blah blah blah.
So it says AI art and writing saps all my attention and enthusiasm. I hate it.
Well, you got to rewrite everything in those things.
Right. I mean, it's one thing if you're using it for inspiration. It's another thing if you're using it for a product.
Yeah. I kind of remember a long time ago, I saw an article on Facebook of somebody had an AI program write a Batman comic, and it was hilarious.
I am Batman. I am Rob.
Yeah, something like that.
Beware.
I mean, I think the end, him and the Joker went out for tea or something like that.
Well, if it was an crazy Elseworlds kind of what if type of thing. Look, they've made friends. Go have a cup of tea.
Well, actually, I think it was the Batman in black and white. They did a story about Batman and the Joker doing their usual shtick, and all of a sudden somebody says cut, and it turns out they're just two actors playing Batman and the Joker, and they're talking about the business. They're talking about going out to, you want to catch lunch over here? We got about an hour, and that kind of thing. It was interesting. It was real interesting.
So now, I don't even know if I could bother getting back into comics. Besides the prices,
I've never been in.
Yeah, I was, and then I wasn't, and then I was, and then I went back into it. Oh, dare I say it? What's the statute of limitations on using crowdsourcing to download comic books? Probably 10 years. Well, about 10 years, 7 years for a prime, I guess. 7 years ago, I downloaded a lot of DC stuff that I used to enjoy, and I saw that storylines had kind of moved beyond where I really cared about, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know if I could bother getting into stuff now. If I want to get comic books, I wait till there's a deal on like Humble Bundle, and it's like, oh, they've got whatever, the Conan stuff, or they've got science fiction stuff, they've got Judge Dredd, and I'll grab one of those bundles and go from there, because that to me has value and I'll read it. Whereas
Right.
whereas the stuff that's coming out now, I might enjoy the movies and the TV shows to some extent, but I don't think the comic books are made for me anymore. They really aren't.
I could never get into them.
You
But
feel
it was
like-
weird. Yes, weird fingers.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the weird fingers on shit. Bland nonsense with weird fingers. Wild E. Coyote and Ralph Wolf. I meant Ralph Wolf and Sam Sheepdog. Oh, yes. I remember the two of them doing a job, then they clock out.
Yeah, they clock in, they clock out.
Hey, Ralph. Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam. It was pretty. That was clever. That was clever. But anyway, so you got any plans for future playing games?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to get an episodic continual light game going, because and I actually like it. I would, and I say I want it to be low overhead for myself and low overhead for the players, because I want drop in, drop out to be a potential. I don't necessarily want everybody to feel like they're required to show up every week. Just have a group of players, and all right, we got 5 slots for Sunday night. Who's going to be here Sunday night? And maybe we go as far as 6, and then all right. So you guys are locked in now for the next 2 sessions. That's how long it thinks it's going to take, and then same.
It's pretty good.
Because some people can't make long commitments, and sometimes you want to be able to have somebody who can drop in, drop out.
Right. Well, my Hyperborea game's kind of stalled because of the theater stuff, but I've been falling down the rabbit hole on YouTube lately with Index Card RPG. I'm really liking that.
Really?
Yeah. And I just found out they have a VTT.
They have an Index Card VTT?
Yeah. Yeah. I see VTT. Well, they usually said it's just for their patrons, but I managed to get on and make an account. So I don't exactly know what their criteria is. So you might want to look into that. Here, I'll pass. Well, I got to pass you. I'll pass you the link. And you can put it up. There you go.
Okay. Now
I keep forgetting that's how StreamYard works. A lot of crime comics. So those are fun. Horror and crime comics. Those are my 2 favorites.
I will include this now.
Thank you. It's not as robust as like Roll20 or even Owlbear Rodeo, but it looks like it gets the job done. And the only thing they're lacking is Fog of War. That's about it.
Okay. You can work around that.
But yeah, you can work around that. You can figure out some way to do it. They showed, in fact, I saw a video where you can work around. They showed 3 ways you can work around Fog of War.
Okay.
The one I liked the best was I downloaded like 4 PNG files of just blocks of like darkness where you can rearrange it so you can do that. Anyway.
Interesting, sir. Interesting.
Always interesting.
But interesting people.
They took the puppy away. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, more the puppy. What happened?
Yeah. Becky got home with one of my granddaughters, and puppy. Okay, go ahead.
All right, fair enough.
You got it. Go.
You can't
go. I've been spending all week with that dog, and you can't leave the room. You can't leave the room without. What
are you leaving me for? When we got down there as a little puppy, we had to drive back from upstate New York to the place in the Poconos. So it's still like a 3.5 hour drive. And we had a crate for her, and you couldn't leave her in a crate. She had to ride on Rachel's lap because she was the whole. I had to pull alongside on the highway to take the damn dog and pass it to Rachel in the front. So then
Wow.
we had a crate for her up in the Poconos, and this dog, we put her in a crate. Nope, she had to sleep between us, and I couldn't sleep because I'm like, this little dog sleeping between me and Rach, we're gonna crush it. Now, oh my God, she won't sleep anywhere else but in bed with her mommy and daddy. So,
Well, Bebby is getting housebroken, and I think she has a little trouble hitting the pad, if you know what I mean.
I'm on the pad, but my ass is off the pad.
See, we're doing this because I told Becky, I said, why did we get a dog in the dead of winter where we can't take them out and do their business?
Because it was time to get a dog.
Could have waited till spring at least.
But then you wouldn't have this dog.
So we got another one. Boy, we got another one.
Glenn, this one has stolen your heart. Trust me when I say.
Well, stolen Becky's heart anyway.
There you go. So you can't replace it.
What can I say? I got to teach the dog how to roll dice. I think we'll be all right.
Oh, yeah. The cats just put all you got to do is put on the edge of like a table, and they'll be like, oh, I know what I do with that. Knock that right down. So, yeah, they can.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My youngest grandson, the 3-year-old, I haven't really introduced him to dice yet, but he knows of them.
Oh.
I remember I used to give him, when he was 2, I'd give him my 30-sided die to play with because it was too big for him to fit in his mouth.
Oh, now it's
But he also thought it was a ball, and he kept trying to bounce it on the floor.
I gotta get you some foam dice, man. Gotta get you some foam dice.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'll see what he thinks. All the kids used to like to play it when they were little. They loved to play. They just make up games with the dice, and I think one of my granddaughters. I had a big Crown Royal bag, and I had a regular Crown Royal bag.
Right.
And she would play mommy Crown Royal bag and baby Crown Royal, but with the dice, and they'd eat the dice.
Nice.
It was crazy. I remember my younger grandson would take my dice and make up a game. Literally. Okay. He'd hand me a D6 and a D12. He'd take a D20, like a D20 and a D8, and we'd roll off. And somehow I always lost because the way he'd explain how we'd count it.
That would only count. It doesn't count now. Sorry.
I rolled a 7. You rolled a 4. Says, well, yeah, but you got this one die over here, and I got this die. I said, okay, fine. You won.
A rules lawyer at a young age, man. Don't.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm
glad Gage never did. I'm glad Gage never did that. It was crazy anyway. Okay, buddy boy. It's going on 8:30. Wow.
Look at is that? Yeah, it's kind of like our witching hour.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting there.
Yeah. Thank you all on a Friday night for hanging out with one night.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Next time it'll be better.
It will be better. I won't have just woken up from my very deep nap going, what the? Now, I'm not sure if there's a live stream next Friday. Like I said, I'm at Total Con. So maybe not. I make no guarantees. For those that have commented on me being shaven, don't get spoiled by it. It's not going to be a comment.
Hey, look at me.
Oh, look at that. Go figure.
Go figure.
If you're at Total Con next week, look me up. Rach and I love to hang out with some members of the.
Don't look me up because I won't be there.
Of the Tavern community, it'll be a lot of fun. Other than that, I still await a response from Drive Through RPG on my inquiry as to the termination of Red Room's publisher account.
Well, we will find out next time.
Well, we will find out when we find. I got a feeling there won't be an answer until Monday or Tuesday at the earliest because actually Tuesday, Monday's a holiday. right?
Yes,
And
it is.
I don't think anybody of import is going to want somebody of non-import to answer that question.
True.
So there you go, folks.
Listen,
Yes,
folks,
oh,
listen. Listen to Thagos Hammer. Listen to Radio Grognard King Size.
King size.
Yeah, I changed the format.
You were mentioning this. All right, folks. Take your time out. How'd the format change?
I went to about 20 minutes 3 times a week.
Now that's stamina, folks. That's somebody who knows.
I tried to do 30, but it seems I tried to do 30, but I seem to tap out at 20. So we'll just leave it at that.
All right, so Glenn has learned how to level up with a new game called Man or Man.
Didn't we? Later, CTM.
Good, folks. God bless. What was it? Roll your dice, roll them well. God bless. I don't know. Whatever the normal spiel is. We'll catch you later.
Bye.